Good morning. Welcome to Stretch Saturday. Let's find ourselves a space and get warmed up. That's what you only do on Stretch Saturdays. So we're going to start off by just raising our arms above our head to hit from each side. So all the way up and all the way down. If you want to walk or stride from side to side, that's okay. Just keep it nice and gentle. Get the nice big positive movements all the way up and all the way back down. Now we're going to transition those arm movements into big windmills. So bring your arms all the way forwards and all the way back. Big rotations. All the way forwards, all the way back. Okay, now I'm going to reverse that. Go all the way back and then all the way forwards. Make a nice big rotation. If you want to keep moving, that's fine. You can find you got little clicks and creaks and bumps and all the other things. I'm certainly finding a few of these this morning. That's normal as well. It's part of the body. You find it sounds a little bit like Rice Krispies, as my friend David would say. It's just the kind of bits of lactic acid and gas and everything just moving around. That's okay. Okay. Now we're going to bring our arms out to each side. And we're going to do our elbows. So we're going to rotate at our elbows. Big, big circles. All the way in one direction, then all the way in the opposite direction. All the way around. And keeping our arms out to the side. Arms facing down. We're going to turn one palm up. We're going to push to that side of our body. And we're going to turn that palm down, the other palm up, push the other side of our body. Try to keep our feet on the ground, moving from the hips all the way across both sides. That's it. Nicely moving. Keep yourself flowing. Okay, bring your arms down. We're going to now just shrug the shoulders. Try and bring your shoulders to your ears, all the way up, all the way back down. Up and back down. That's it. Nice movements. From there, I'm going to do some shoulder rotations. So bring your shoulders forwards, rotate them around, bring them forwards, feel your back stretch, a big stretch across your back. And feel a big squeeze across your chest. I'm bringing them round. That's right. And then backwards. So the opposite way around, you're going to feel that big stretch across your chest and that squeeze across your back. That's it. Nice, big shoulder rolls. Nicely done. Okay. I'm going to bring it down a bit. We're going to do some trunk rotations. Just bring your hands to your chest. Push your body all the way out to the left. See how far you can get. Again, keeping your feet firmly planted on the ground. And then turn it all the way around to the right. Again, keep your feet nice, firmly planted to the ground. Back to the left. Oh, yeah. Back to the right. Oh, my body's making some nice creaky noises today. Back to the left. And back to the right. Okay, back into center. And further down, we're going to aim for the hips now. So we're going to do some hip flicks from side to side. So really flick the hips out all the way to the side. It would be remiss of me not to say, but it is what you use for riding your canoe, or your kayak, sorry. Nice big positive flick action with your hips. And now we're going to consider it pelvic tilt. So this is where we're going to be pushing our pelvis all the way forwards. Bring ourselves all the way back. Feel stretched down front of our body. And pushing our backside all the way out to the back. Pivoting at our hips. And then reverse again. The pelvis all the way forwards. And then pelvis all the way back. Okay. Now I'm going to pretend we're in a box. We're going to do some hip rotations. I want to make it the biggest box we possibly can, but we can only do that by making the hip rotations as big as we possibly can. That's it. Nice, big movements all the way around. See if you can get those circles to expand, even if it just expands by a little bit. Get it to go around just a little bit more. And then reverse it in the opposite direction. That's it. All the way around. Nicely done. All the way around. Okay. And from there, bring our feet together, move our focus down to our knees. Maybe once you put your hands on your knees, I'm going to do some knee rotations. Again, all the way around in one direction. Bend your knees down, all the way down. Even my knees are cracking this morning. Good job you guys can't hear it. Sounds like some old machine. And then the opposite direction. All the way around. That's it. Nicely done. Standing up. If you need to hold on to something for this next one, you will do. Otherwise, you can use this for a little bit of practice of your balance. I'm going to lift up one foot. I'm going to do some ankle rotations. So rotate your ankle in a circle. Try and draw the biggest circle you possibly can with your toes. We're going to do it one direction, and then we're going to do it in the opposite direction. All the way around. Sit. Relax. Now with the other foot, lifting it up. Again, rotate the ankle in one direction, and the biggest possible circle you can with your toes, and then the opposite direction, all the way around. Nicely done. Put your foot firmly on the floor. We're going to turn our attention now up to our neck. Now we're all nice and warmed up. So we're going to do some just looking over to the left, and then looking over to the right. Again, don't push it too much, just as far as it naturally will go. Left and right. Left and right. Okay, back to the center. Now we're going to try and get our ear to our shoulder this time. Again, to our left, and then to our right. So try and keep your shoulders in position. Move to the left, and then move to the right. And try and get your ear to your shoulder. Left and right. Okay, now I'm going to look up to the ceiling, down to the floor. Up to the ceiling, and down to the floor. Up to the ceiling, and down to the floor. And just nice, full range of motion. Not pushing it, just sort of natural. Okay, right. So hopefully you're all feeling a bit more warmed up. I can move into our first set of exercises. So as always, I'm going to stretch out. We go through each muscle group. I'm going to start off with our chest. Just reminding ourselves, chest, the pectoral muscles, those ones that start, the origin points from the sternum, the bone in the center of your chest. And they're like a fan. They fan out across the top of your chest and attach near your arm. So you can actually feel this. If you just put your hand across your chest, just feel underneath your armpit, you kind of move your arm in front of you, you'll feel that kind of muscle there. So for us to chest, the way it works is it allows us to push things away from our body. So for us to stretch it, get the words out, Martin. Then what we need to do is build stretch it in the opposite direction to apply a little bit of pressure. So we're going to keep our arm bent about 90 degrees, and then what we're going to do is find a wall, or in this case, I'm just going to use a rack right here, and we're going to have the arm around about shoulder height. Once we've got that, I'm going to take the foot that's closest to the wall, just step forward, and just lean into it. So what you should start to feel is a stretch coming across the chest, starting here. Once you've found that point, hold it, and hold it 15 seconds. And release. Whew. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do some developmental stretching today. So we're going to stretch twice. Now, as we go into the stretch this time, just go a little bit further. And if there's any pain or discomfort, you stop. So there should be no pain or discomfort. You just feel it stretching. So find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, from there, we're going to do the same on the opposite arm. So again, arm up against the wall, Or you can use a door frame, whatever's available to you, rack if you've got a rack. Leg that's closest to the wall or your arm, just step forwards into it, find that stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Find that stretch point, just push that a little bit further, hold it. And release. Okay, nicely done. So that's all we're going to do for the chest. Now we're going to move on to our arms. So we're going to work with bar biceps now. So our biceps, starting point, origin points at the shoulder, anchor points down by your elbow, and it allows us to bend our arm up. So for us to be able to stretch this, we need to be able to bend the arm at the opposite direction at the elbow. So we're going to do a similar kind of stretch as what we've just done for a chest. So we're going to bring our arm up to shoulder height. We're going to then put the heel of the hand against the wall. In my case, I'm just going to use a racket here, or a door frame, whatever you've got available to you, really. And then what we're going to do is make sure we've rotated the arm so the bicep muscle is pointing forwards. Then bring our leg that we've got closest to the wall in front of us. We're just going to step into it. So rather than looking to try and bend here, we're trying to look at applying pressure here. Keep your arm relatively straight. Apply a little bit of pressure so you feel the stretch and hold it. And release. And then one more time. We're going to move straight into it again. Find that stretch point and hold it. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So heel of the hand into the wall or into your door frame or rack, whatever you've got available. Turn your arm so the bicep is facing forwards. Apply a little bit of pressure until you can feel that across your arm and hold it. And release. And then one more time. Get to that position, find that stretch point, lean that a little bit further and hold it. And release. Okay. Check those out a little bit if you want. We've done now both of our biceps, which means we'll move on to the opposite side of the arm, the tricep. That's muscle, again, origin points up by your shoulder, anchor points down by your elbow, and allows us to straighten the arm. So for us to be able to stretch it, we need to be able to bend it the opposite direction. So for this, there's a couple of different exercises we can do, but one we are going to do is we're going to take our arm over our head. We're going to reach our hand down as far down our back as we can. Then taking our other hand, we're going to put it onto our elbow. I'm going to just apply a bit of pressure until we can feel that stretch happening down the sides of our tricep. So if you can do that from there, that's great. If not, you can apply a little bit of a bend. It should hopefully increase the amount of pressure you can put on there. So whichever method you're using, find your stretch point now and hold it. And release. Okay, one more time. And over, grab hold of your elbow, find your stretch point, and hold it. And release. Moving over to the opposite side now. So arm up, hand down your back, grab hold of your elbow, find your stretch point, and hold it. One more time. Arm up, grab hold of your elbow, find your stretch point, and hold it. Okay, so that's both of our biceps and triceps done on both arms. Now we're going to move on to our back. First of all, I'm just going to tuck in my top, which has come out. Very nice, isn't it? Right. Okay. So from here, back there, we're going to do two different types of exercise to help stretch our back out. Our back, we're really looking at trying to stretch out those big latissimus dorsi muscles. So those are the muscles down the big side of the back. And what they allow us to do is really kind of pull things back into our body. So it really helps us like pull things towards us and keep us upright and straight. So we're going to have two different types of exercises. The first one, very similar to what we just did with the triceps. We're going to stand up straight. We're going to bring our arm up over our head. We're going to grab hold of that hand with our other hand at the wrist and feel like we're just going to try and pull ourselves over. So we bend our body all the way down. We should feel that stretch all the way down the side of our body. When you found it, and hold it. Release. One more time. Arm up. Grab hold of the wrist. Pull yourself over. Hold it. Release. Onto your other arm. Arm up. Grab hold of the wrist. Pull yourself over. Hold it. One more time. Arm up. Hold the wrist. Pull it over just a little bit more. Hold it. And release. Okay, check those out. Next one we're going to do, it looks a little bit like a diver. So we're going to bring our arms up to over our head, really stretch ourselves out as if we're trying to touch the ceiling. And once we've done that, we're going to round ourselves over and then try and bring ourselves down as far as we can. Once we can feel that, we should feel stretched down the backs of our legs, across the whole of our back. We're just going to hold it. And release. And one more time. Hands overhead. Really stretch out, trying to touch the ceiling. And then bend yourself over. All the way down, rounding your back. Feel that stretch all the way down the back of your legs as well. And hold it. And release. Okay. Standing back up straight. Now we're going to look at doing a shoulder stretch. So for this one, I want us to bring our arm out to the side, keeping our arm at shoulder height. We're going to bring it all the way across our body again, keeping that shoulder low. Once we've got it across our body, we're going to grab hold of the arm and just going to pull it tight towards ourselves, almost like you're pulling it as if you're pulling it across your body. And hold it when you can feel that stretch down the back of your shoulders. And release. One more time. Keeping your arm shoulder height, keep your shoulder down, bring your arm across the body, grab hold of your arm, just apply a little bit of pressure and hold it. Okay, other side, other arm. So again, bring it across the body, keeping the shoulder down, grab hold of the arm, find a stretch point and hold it. And release. One more time. Arm comes across the body, find the stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay, check both those two arms. We've done with the upper body, now we're going to move down to the lower body. We're going to start off with stretching our quads. So our quads are the big kind of muscle that we have at the top of our legs and the front of our thighs. They start off anchored by the hips, down by and origin by the hips, anchor points down by your knee. And for this, you need to hold something to get a little bit of stability, do so. Otherwise, you can work on a little bit of your balance. But what it does is the quad allows you to stretch and straighten your leg. So for us to be able to stretch it, we need to be able to bend our leg. So we're going to bring our leg up, grab hold of it with our hand at the ankle, and let's try and bring it as close as we can to our bottom. You can actually touch it with your bottom, you need a little bit more of a stretch, then just pivot at the hips, forwards. Again, this is a test the balance if you're doing it without holding on to something. So hold on to something if you need to, until you find that stretch point. And then hold it. And release. Again, one more time. Leg up, heel towards your bottom. Really feel that stretch across your quad. Bend over until you can feel it stretch in place and hold it. And release. Now move on to the other leg. So same again, we're going to catch a leg, hold our foot with our at the wrist, bring it as close to our bottom as we can, bend if we need to make sure we can feel the stretch and hold it. And release. One more time. Find the stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. Both our legs kind of stretched out from a quads perspective. Now let's work on the back of our legs. So we're going to work on our hamstrings, which is a muscle down the back of our thigh, and also our calves. So that's the muscle down the back of our lower leg. So both of these allow us to bend. The hamstring allows us to bend our leg up, kind of supports that capability, and the calf allows us to bend our foot. So for us to be able to stretch these out the opposite direction, we need to be able to do the opposite. So put our foot into flexion and then also apply some pressure to the back of our leg. So we're going to do what's classically known as a runner's stretch. We're going to step or runner's lunge, step forwards with one foot, and with the opposite foot, you're going to just bend at the knee. So bring your weight down. Pull your toes up towards you, and then with your hand, just apply it to the top of the thigh and apply a little bit of pressure. Then hold it. You should feel the stretch on the back of your hamstring and your calf. Release. Okay. One more time. Find that stretch point a little bit deeper and hold it. And release. Okay. Switching legs. So bring your other leg forward, bending with your other knee, pulling your toes up towards you. Apply a little bit of pressure just above your knee on your leg, and find that stretch point and hold it. Release. And one more time. Find that stretch point and hold it. And release. Okay. Check our legs out. Right, from here, we'll head straight down to the ground. So when you lay on the ground, flat on your back. And you put your arms out to each side of you as if you're creating a T shape with your body. Then what we're going to do is going to bring our right leg up, pass it over the top of our left leg, then try and tuck your toes in underneath the outside edge of your left leg by your knee. And from there, keeping your arms and shoulders on the ground, you then try and continue to twist and push your right knee down towards the ground on the left side of your body. You should feel a nice stretch all the way down your glutes, all the way across your chest, pretty much a lot of your body. And hold it. Okay, one more time. Leg up, foot underneath you by your knee, push down towards your left. Try and get that a little bit further and hold it. And release. Okay, leg out straight. Take your left leg, pass it over your right. Again, tucking your left leg, your foot underneath your right leg on the outside by your knee. Continue to rotate your body by pushing your left knee down towards your right side. Hold it. Now one more time. Left leg up, over your right leg. Tuck your foot underneath your outer right leg by your knee. Push your left knee down towards the right. Feel that stretch across your body. Hold it. Okay, nicely done. Okay, from there, we're going to roll over onto our front as we continue on, and we're going to get ourselves into a think shape. So put our hands down, palms facing flat. Our elbows should be underneath our shoulders, raising our body off the ground. And from here, we're going to look up at the ceiling and then push up with our palms into a cobra. Feel that stretch down the front of your body. And from there, drop your weight down. You're going to push your backside backwards, going into child's pose. So here, kind of bent over, hands out, stretched out forward front. You can have your knees either directly under your body, or you can knees apart, so you can body from a bit between your knees, whichever works best. Feel a nice stretch down the back of your spine. And from there, again, pushing forwards, back into a sphinx shape, and then pushing all the way up, looking up at the ceiling. Hold it for a moment. Feel that stretch down the front of your body. And then to reverse it, bring your weight down, push your backside backwards, back into our child's pose. Feel that stretch along your back. Hold it for a moment. Okay, now bring ourselves up onto all fours. It's what they call tabling yoga. Again, you can have your feet tucked or untucked. I'm going to do some cat cows, or as Dave would say, the Angry Cat stretch. So I want you to imagine you've got a piece of string passing through your back and through your belly button. I want you to pull that string up, rounding your back, and tucking your head in between your elbows, all the way up, as far as you can. You can really feel that. You're like this great big angry cat. Big stretch. And from there, pull the string down. Look up to the ceiling. Try and get your belly as close to the ground as you can while still being on all fours. That's it. I can inverse it again. So pulling the string up, head between your elbows. Really feel that stretch along your back. And then invert it. Pull the string down. Feel the stretch along the front of your body. Opening up. Okay. Cool. Return ourselves back to neutral. And we'll finish off with some Superman poses. Well, that's what my physio used to call them, Mr. Indigard. I think it's technically that's called bird dogs, but yeah, I like the idea of Superman poses. So we're going to take our left leg and our right arm, and raise them up, point our toes, point our fingers, and try and stretch to touch both sides of the room. Make yourself as big and as long as you possibly can. Just going to hold that pose. Release. Bring your hands and your knees and feet back down. And switch out. So your left arm and your right leg. Push them both out. Again, try and get your fingers and toes to touch each side of the room. Release. Back down. Okay, back to the first set. So your left leg and your right arm up, your fingers and toes. And finally, left arm, right leg. Point those fingers and toes. Really try and get yourself as long as you possibly can. And release. Okay, that is the end of a stretch Saturday for this week. Look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. As I said before, next week's a bit of a crazy week. I've got a lot of travelling going on, so it'll be just the one day. But we've still got all the recordings available for you guys, so you can go back and maybe see what we did last year, or maybe see what we did in six months ago. That might be a good one, because actually that would be good weather as well. Anyway, have an absolutely super weekend ahead. Hopefully you'll find something amazing to do, and you'll find